welcome to another edition of Sparky Loves Books BookTube. Today I'm going to be posting a video about my book haul! Yay! I got some really great books this month. October was a great book buying month for me. I may have used the purchasing of books as a coping mechanism for a lot of stressful things happening. I don't know what it is about buying books and specifically watching my bank account go lower and lower because of the books that I'm buying, but it seems to be a de-stressor for me. So fortunately for my husband, I'm gonna keep buying books and spending our money. Anyway, here are the books that I bought this month, October 2015. The Library of Souls by Ransom Riggs, the third book of Miss Peregrine's Peculiar Children series. I'm in the middle of reading it right now, and it is a very good third book. I don't think it's my favorite of the books out of all three of them, but it's still really good. I'm liking where it's going. I'm liking how he wrote to this book leading up to it, and I'm very much enjoying it so far. The pictures, as always, are stunning and really help with the story. The story itself is just as, like, eerie, but not too eerie. I'm really liking it so far, and I'm so excited that it finally came out and I got a copy of it. Also, look how gorgeous it is. I love how gorgeous these books are. Even without the dust jacket, like, look at that. It's got all the signatures, and the spine's really pretty, and it's this beautiful pastel color, and like the side of it is straight. Like usually on hardcover books it's a little bit rounded, but this is so straight and beautiful, and I love this book. I'm so in love with it. It's so amazing in every single way, and of course it smells really good. Next is The Light Between the Oceans by M.L. Stedman. I got this yesterday at Goodwill. It was only $2, and I was at Goodwill shopping for parts for my Halloween costume, and I happened upon this, and I've only heard good things about it. It's making the book club circuits here in my hometown, and everybody used to talk about it when I worked at the bookstore, so I knew I had to get it because it was only $2, and it just screamed out for me to buy it. So I did, and I'm really looking forward to reading this. This is going to go way up on my TBR list. Next up is Fire from Heaven by Mary Renault. This is my fourth book that I'll have owned by her. She is a historical fiction author who writes on ancient Greece, sometimes ancient Rome. It is about Alexander and his story, and some of the other ones too are like ones from the Labyrinth myth and a couple other ones. I love Greek mythological historical fiction, and anytime I can get my hands on something new and that looks like legitimate and actually, you know, full of depth and isn't crappy, I grab it and do not let go. So I'm very excited to get this fourth book of hers in my library. Next up is a book that I have already read, but I didn't own my own copy of it, and I really wanted to own my own copy of it because I had a lot of notes about it. It's I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson, which I read about 2 months ago. I borrowed it from my friend Gabby, and I have a lot to say about it. It was a wonderful, wonderful book, and I wished I had my own copy so I could like mark it and just have it in my shelves, and also because the cover is really pretty and like the dust jacket's really pretty. And I just wanted my own copy because it meant a lot to me. It was such a well-written book. So I bought this because I had to. I didn't have a choice. My heart wouldn't let me do anything but buy this book. Next is The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks. This is my favorite Nicholas Sparks book, and actually my favorite Nicholas Sparks movie too, which is why I got the movie cover of it, because I actually really adored the movie version. This is a book that I have already read, but I read it after I saw the movie, one of the only times I've ever done that. And actually the movie held its own. The movie was a lot different, but it was still good. It was different, but still solid. You just have to kind of think of them as two separate entities. But I really do like the book also, and I really wanted my own copy because I'm not usually a Nicholas Sparks fan, except for this one and A Walk to Remember. So I just wanted my own copy so I can come back to it every once in a while as, you know, like a comfort read, and it was free at the bookstore I used to work at, so that was a no-brainer. Next is The Madness Underneath by Maureen Johnson. It's the second book in the Shades of London series. I haven't actually read the first one, The Name of the Star, but I have a friend who used to shop at my bookstore. She super, super, super loves this series, and we have a lot of very similar tastes. So I am not worried about liking this series. So when I saw it was on sale at a local bookstore by my work, I picked it up because it was on clearance for like $1. And again, I know I'm gonna like it, and I'm very interested in it. It has good reviews and stuff, so yay! Next is The Body Finder and Desires of the Dead by Kimberly Derting. Again, I've never read these books. I have never had really any super, super needy interest in buying them, but they were also at the bookstore I used to work at, and so I picked them up because I was there donating some old used books of mine for trade credit. I have seen these floating around Goodreads a lot lately. I think they're kind of starting to pick back up again for some reason. I don't think they were written really recently. Yeah, the first one was written in 2010, but for some reason they're starting to be popular and circulate again. Eventually, one day, I'll see what the deal is with these because I've, again, heard very good things about them, and the story seems really interesting also. It seems like it's not super romance heavy, but a little bit enough to keep me like invested in the relationship, so looking forward to these. The next is a paperback copy of The Last Olympian by Rick Riordan because I didn't own this version of this book. I own the newer cover versions because I got it as a box set since they have all those spines that go together. And I had 1, 2, 3, and 4 of this series in paperback, and I needed 5 to complete my set, and now it's complete and I have them all, and I'm so freaking happy, you guys. This is my favorite book series, and it was stupid that I didn't have a complete paperback set. Next is this gorgeous copy of The World of Odysseus. It is a folio book. It has its own like box, and the spine is super pretty, and the cover of it's really pretty. It's a leather-bound version, and it has this map in the front of ancient Greece. And it has pictures of like archaeology and stuff, and it's just so beautiful. I love all things Greek, and this is very Greek, so I had to get it, especially because it's about Odysseus. So even the back of it has that cool like art. It's so cool. So this is a really like surprising grab that I am in love with. Next is The Red Convertible by Louise Erdrich, which is a collection of her short stories. I own pretty much everything else Louise Erdrich has ever written. So when I was at the bookstore buying those other books by my work, I picked this up because I can't believe I didn't have it. I can't believe one existed that I didn't already own. So I snagged it, and I'm still trying to get everything she owned. I'm really close. I have like, oh my god, I have 1, 2, 3, 18 of her books, so this will make number 19. I can't imagine there's much more else out there that I don't own by her already, so yeah, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, I had to pick it up because I didn't already own it, and that is blasphemous. And finally, hardcover copies of City of Fallen Angels and City of Glass. I already own these books, but I own them in various sizes and shapes, and I want to make them all be hardcover versions. They cost just nothing. I knew I had to pick them up because it's irritating me so bad that right now all my books in this series are different sizes. It's so frustrating, and I know that you guys understand that because you guys have book problems or bookworm problems also. Please be happy for me about this because you can live vicariously through me and understand that this is very exciting. And that's all of them. Like I said, this was an amazing month for books. I'm so excited about this month's book haul. Let me know what you think of the books that I have bought if you have any opinions about them. Tomorrow's Halloween, and that's so exciting. I am so excited for Halloween tomorrow. My costume is going to be so freaking awesome. I am really excited. I have outdone myself and I'm super impressed with myself, I'm not gonna lie. And we're having a really big party tomorrow, so I'm gonna be drunk. But I'm so excited about Halloween, you guys. Happy reading, book people.